Welcome everybody to another episode of the Lunch Table Podcast, and in this video we're going to give you our review for Fear the Walking Dead Season 8. It finally ended. No more Fear the Walking Dead, no more The Walking Dead. I have no clue what else is coming out, but we have a lot of thoughts to say about it. I am a long fan of The Walking Dead, so let's just get started with your thoughts, Dylan.
You're the only survivor of this show at this point.
Yeah, at this point.
Shit, well, everybody excuse my settings. I'm having some renovations done at my house currently. But, I kind of revisited it. Like we said in our Walking Dead Revisit episode, I kind of fell off the show, but I came back, just to catch up with, Fear. And at times it was a bit of a drag for me. There are some cool moments in it as well, but I did love seeing Morgan back and also these new characters, the Clarks as well. And I thought it was an okay send-off. I have a bit of qualms with it, but let's get your thoughts, Zach, because I know you got some points to make.
I do. That shit was so ass. Season 8 was so ass. I was so disappointed. I wasted my time. I felt like to yell at the writers like Mel Gibson yelled at his wife back then. Like, how dare you! I was so...
You're like, Rick, you're like, no.
I swear.
I'm like Carl just standing there.
Yeah, that's them. I swear, how disappointing. Like the guy who tried to cut off Django's balls. I literally couldn't believe it because I was thinking, well, this has to be a banger. First of all, Padre turns into Madre. That was like the most retarded shit I've ever heard in my life. That was like watching the Meep from the Doctor Who episode. We just were like, I was like, you guys are stupid.
Oh my god,
dumb stupid.
I don't know what they're thinking. I mean, it feels to me like it was intentionally dismissive because the main continuity has already ended, and they wanted to build bigger ideas. Especially with the whole Alicia taking a backseat this series. I was like, that was so fucking... I mean, the reunion was nice, but it's like she took a backseat in the last series. Really? You're going to do that?
Right.
So, and then they brought Troy back, for last... It was like, why are you going to do it in the last season? I mean, it's cool that you brought him back, but it was so late in the game already, so it didn't really feel like anything happened with that.
Seriously, that guy was... dead. Look at him, he's dead. He just comes back, and then Alicia,
flower.
yeah, flower never dies. Oh! No, that they brought him back just to kill him off, and then Alicia was something that was just so super convenient for them to bring back. By all means, too, they're making her this type of messiah figure. She wasn't that. She liked to help people.
Messiah. They could have got the fucking kid from France from
Daryl. They could have just brung his ass.
They should have gave Alicia a Rubik's Cube and said, "Hey, solve this, and you're gonna be the messiah."
Yeah, exactly. No, it was so. I don't know. I like her character, but I never thought that she was like all that. Really, I remember. She had like her Carl moments. She changed kind of like Carl to the series, but when they brought her back, I don't know, huh?
It was cool when she had like her arm cut off, and then she was kind of like a moral character for. She's pretty badass in a lot of older series, but like I said, the last moment where she comes back and we think she's dead, and then why are you gonna take a backseat in the last season when she's like one of the main focal characters? So it felt kind of contrived bringing her at the last minute. I mean, the reunion was nice. And also, it was kind of weird bringing like Troy's kid into the last season. That was like, stupid. He's just gonna go with this family now. It's like we didn't get to spend enough time with the kid, so it felt kind of forced in a way.
And the kid, everybody there got bipolar because the guy was like, "It's my kid." No, it's Alicia's kid. No, it's my kid or whatever.
Shit, I thought it was in a fucking episode of Jerry Springer or some shit.
Yeah, damn. No, and then the kid shoots Madison, and then all of a sudden Madison's like, "It's okay, it's okay." Just like one of the dub characters, so Scooby, it's okay, or whatever.
Well, also, what did you think of Victor Rand in this scene? Because he's been like bouncing back. He's like been an ally. He's been like a bad guy at certain points, and they kind of want to give him like a nice no. But how do you think they treated his character?
Well, his character's weird. I love Coleman Domingo. He's such a great actor. I always like Victor Strand, but I tell you what, I like Victor Strand more back then than I do now because as a villain, I feel like there's no redemption for that. And then when you have redemption, it's like, this is what happens when you let your character live for too long and you don't want to get rid of him. And I didn't want him to die. I just wish they didn't go down that route. So now it's like, it's all for naught, basically. And that's the problem I had, because they also focus so much on Padre. And because that being the central focus, all these characters didn't really get to live in that war that they had back then, because they also time jumped 7 years, which really just bothered me. It wasn't like a huge deal because everybody looked the same shit, different smell, but at the end of the day, it's like, why you didn't have to do that? And honestly, I think, yeah, it's probably because they wanted to finish the season off and AMC didn't give them enough time to finish the season off, I felt like. And it just felt really kind of, let's just throw this here and end it without feeling. And that's unfortunate because Fear the Walking Dead lasted for a very long time. And the way to, and Morgan, first of all, Mo is such a stupid name to name your daughter, unless it's like Mordecai or something. That's the daughter's name. But Meep. You know, Morgan, he's just like, I have to clear, kill me. No, Morgan, he's just like, that whole first episode, I think, was like dumb too. Like I like Morgan, but always his character is dumb. I wish that he didn't kill people still. I thought that was such a cool thing to see in a Walking Dead, and then he just like full Terminator, and he's always like wasting his time. He's like when the zombies are coming or something like that, he's
Right.
like, and he's like, I gotta save you. And like waiting or something. He said, let's wait or whatever. It's so dumb.
Sure.
And his wife dies, which I was surprised because she had no emotional
can't catch a break. Shit.
Yeah, she had no emotional connection to the daughter too. Just I was like, be realistic, you know what I mean? The whole thing, everything down to the minute detail was shit.
Well, also I think it's also because like this series is going off the main series and not from the comics. They have to kind of reinvent a lot of stuff, so maybe that's perhaps why it felt that way. Maybe Dave Erickson, you know, they probably have a lower budget for this show as well from the main show, so maybe they just didn't have enough to work off with. And also like after, I think season 3 peaked, to be honest. I think season 3 was the best of this show, and then it kind of just peaked after because season 4 and 5 kind of felt dry to me. So it's like there's only so much they can do, unless I still wanted to see like an episode where maybe like Rick's group like collabed with them. I said like they're doing like a song,
they're doing like
shit.
music. Like
they make an album or something, or like, you know, they meet like one of the other groups, you know, from the main show. But it is cool that, you know, we got to spend some time in different locations, like in that, you know, we went to Virginia, we went to Mexico. And then I was like, why the fuck do you want to go back to Los Angeles?
Yeah,
like,
yeah, that was stupid. Well, you have Maggie and Negan that takes place in New York, so I figured maybe down the line at least they could have, maybe around like honestly, like maybe season 6, they could have just did something where they went straight to Los Angeles again, bring it back to its roots and ended there or something. But they didn't do that. They went to Timbuktu.
Damn, Los Angeles was bad before the Walking Dead. Why you want to go back there?
Yeah, seriously, all the characters, they were like, the whole thing was like a lot of stuff. They were jumping around so many times. It's like they have a gyrocopter or something like that, and they were like with the pedals, and they had to like go somewhere. Even Daniel, I was a little disappointed. Daniel's like the old guy from Squid Game. He's like, like sure. That. But then somehow he knows something. He kills somebody.
Daniel in this show was what Morgan was in the main show when Rick found him in that house.
Basically. No, basically, Daniel. I gotta bring Daniel to negotiate. Like, if I want to lease a car, he's like, you should do this for me now. Right. I'm like, damn, Daniel. I forgot about that trend. Damn, Daniel. There you go. He's wearing Vans. Charlie can't, which is actually pretty hilarious, to be honest with you. Charlie can't catch a break either. She just ends up dying.
Charlie M. You make me pop your fucking head for Charlie.
Like, you know, I don't know. They. Oh, and then the other people went back to what is it called? The Sanctuary. For no reason.
Sanctuary City.
Yeah, there was no one there. What, you guys gonna make car parts there for some reason? Like, what are you gonna do there? Or like take care of horse hooves or some random shit? I don't know what they're gonna do there. That's it.
Make Campbell's soup or some shit.
Yeah, the ending though was it was dumb as fuck, but it was like sweet kind of if you're a long fan of The Walk. But anyway, we already said goodbye to Alicia Debnam Carey's character because. How does she come back?
What do you think of Madison in this final season? Because I don't know, I feel like she should have been almost like a final villain or something. Maybe like the kids like have to go, or Morgan has to fight her or some shit. But then like the problem is they keep making these characters survive.
Mhm.
And it's like, we know the show's gonna end, so it's not like unless you're saving it for some other spin-off, which I doubt we'll get, maybe in Tales of the Walking Dead or some shit. But it's like, I think maybe some of them should have been killed. Victor Rand definitely, I felt like should have been killed off, maybe in season 7, because I don't know what the fuck that motherfucker's doing.
Your ass has been all
that motherfucker's been talking about.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, well, her character, it was really sad what happened to her. I knew when that happened, I said, oh, okay, this is going to be... It was exciting because you had Morgan and you had the John Dory in one of the seasons. It was like, it was exciting. They changed the color grading. The family, Madison's family, were like these type of villains. They're going down their Rick arc. But then later on, she just ends up being a bitch, and then she dies. And then she comes back still a bitch, but she's like trying to help people. And her daughter
loves explosions too. Shit.
Yeah. She loves explosions, which is basically just a copy of the last time how she died. And it's like, it's whatever. I honestly would have preferred for Morgan just to maintain the lead rather than Madison, but I saw that they were trying to bring it back as much as they could. But I felt like it was too little, too late. It was just too fast.
It started with her, so I could get why they want to bring her back. She was almost like a side protagonist with Morgan. It's a weird dynamic how the show like goes with like different characters. So, I mean, it was appropriate, they kind of ended with her in a way because she did, start this route. But for the most part, like I said, it felt kind of contrived that they had to have this reunion happen and bring her in like at the last minute, and all the shit's going on. And there's so much that happened. It's very experimental. This show in itself is experimental, but the last season just felt like they were juggling too many different ideas for the final season. It just didn't. It wasn't consistent for me.
I agree. Yeah, I mean, I think for the Walking Dead fans, it's bittersweet, nevertheless. But is it disappointing? Yeah, I think it is, and I don't think. I think they could have done more with it. It could have been better, way better. If you have a limited amount of time and budgets, that's where your imagination really runs wild, because now you're forced to make changes. I don't know, they did this and it was just like too back and forth, too convenient, a lot of choices they made, and that's really disappointing. Like again, like even Daniel says she's here, and then it's like, who? It's like, Charlie, I thought she's dead. No, she's here. She's like, catch you fucking at a bad time.
Shit.
Yeah, like that type of stuff is just too lazy. You never want that, because unless these people listen to Luke Skywalker where he says death is not the end or whatever.
Right. So no, he said it's time for the Jedi, so they didn't listen to them.
Right. Exactly. Shit. I mean, all in all, we'll see what happens next. We have I forgot what's even that show, because some stupid name for Rick and Michonne. I think that's the next show coming out, so I can't wait to see that. Hopefully that's better. But if I were to rate this, I honestly would probably give this a 4 out of 10 for this season, unfortunately. What would you rate it?
Oh, you're nicer than me. I probably would give it 6 out of 10. But yeah, I think that's pretty fair. I think we've said I think a lot of the fans can perhaps agree with us. But guys, it's the end of The Walking Dead. For now, who knows? We'll see. But if you survive to the end of this video, we appreciate you guys. As always, let us know down below what you thought of this season and what you think perhaps we'll see for the future of the franchise. But yeah, check out our other content, our other playlists. We do plenty of reviews. We did a Walking Dead Revisited, like I said, not too long ago. So if you guys want to check that out and what we thought of the main series, you can check that as well. And yeah, sub to the channel if you enjoyed us. But until then, guys, thanks for having lunch with us.
Come on! Come on!